message. Wait for it to appear. And yep, it's right here. As you can see, as soon as the message appears here, you can see that it's appearing in my chat box as well. And if I go back to Streamlabs, you will see that this will appear here as well. So now if you want to change something, let's say you want to make the background transparent, you may want to make the text white, you want to change the font to Davis if you like, change your font size to 20. And you can make all of these changes, and all you have to do is just click on save. And now if you go back to OBS, click refresh on your source, the YT chat button that we have, and the message here. So this is another test message, and click send. The message should appear here as well. So as you can see, I can also move this around, and these new chat messages are showing up as I type them. So just send a bunch of messages, and they all should be showing up here any minute now. As soon as they show up here, as soon as they reach YouTube, yep, as you can see, chat messages as I type them. They're all here. And this is how you can put your YouTube or your Twitch chat on OBS. If you like this video, consider subscribing, give us a thumbs up, press the bell icon, and tell us in the comments below what more such content can make for you. If you'd like to know more about tech, visit our website, Candid Technology, follow us on social media, follow me on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll see you in the next video.
Minutes.
For the overlay, that will copy it and on the width and height, I'm just going to type in 19.85 and 80. Or if you change the overall size of your overlay, make sure to enter those credentials or those pixels here. And that's pretty much it. Click OK. And yep, that's our text window. Okay, so go ahead and let's create a new broadcast. That's broadcast 2. Just going to leave it anything. I'm going to leave it public. Yes, it's made. There's no stronger. It's just click on create broadcast. So you create a new broadcast. We'll give this 1 minute. Alright, so now if I type in something into the chat box, it should appear there. This is our test chat box. See if chat is working. Press enter. Send the message. Wait for it to appear. And yep, it's right here. As you can see, as soon as the message appears here, you can see that it's appearing in my chat box as well. And if I go back to Streamlabs, you will see that this will appear here as well. So now if you want to change something, let's say you want to make the background transparent, you may want to make the text white, or change the font to Davis if you like, change your font size to 20. And you can make all of these changes.
Why isn't it working?
Just click on save. And now if you go back to OBS, hit refresh on your source, the YT chat button that we have, and the message here. So this is another test message, and click send. The message should appear here as well. So as you can see, I can also move this around, and these new chat messages are showing up as I type them. I've just sent a bunch of messages, and they all should be showing up here any minute now. As soon as they show up here, as soon as they reach YouTube. Yep, as you can see, chat messages as I type them. They're all here. This is how you can put your YouTube or your Twitch chat on OBS. If you like this video, consider subscribing, give us a thumbs up, press the bell icon, and tell us in the comments below what more such content can we make for you. If you'd like to know more about tech, visit our website, Candid Technology, follow us on social media, follow me on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll see you in the next video.
Hello, welcome back to Anthony's Check-In. I was just setting up at the chat on Stream Elements. I don't know exactly if it's working properly, but hello, welcome back to Anthony's Check-In. It seems to be going. Yeah, so it seems to be working all right when I type in, but I wanted to see if I could see it on the screen, but I guess not. I put it in the browser, but I don't see it on the browser portion on the screen. But anyways, that's something we could work on later on. So let me just fiddle with this and a little bit more.
because he doesn't understand. He doesn't have the capacity to understand my position. This is why he can't restate it.
Is this how you help
Why
yourself
are you
feel better
running?
at night?
Why are you running?
Help yourself feel better
Why
at
are
night?
you running?
You do this for a living. I'm sure that you
Why
gotta
are you
have some
running?
fun actually dealing
Why
with
are you
somebody who
running?
knows your
Yo,
bullshit.
don't run. Just restate my position.
Why are you running?
Can you restate it?
Why are you
How about you
running?
restate it, then I'll restate it. How about that?
Okay. All right. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll be the most good faith. And nowhere
good
near
job.
close to condescending. I will restate my
Yeah,
position.
He really is. He
After
really is,
I
but yeah,
restate
I'm
my
gonna let that
position, look, after I restate my position, you got to restate it back so I know that you understood it.
happen. I got
Understood
you.
it. Okay?
I got you.
Okay, so here we go. Super simple. My position is from what you said. You said that, well, logic would be, I'm sorry, you said that morality, it doesn't have to be grounded. It's basically just
You're
subjective.
restating my position. Please hurry up.
Hush, stop it before I mute you.
Good
you
job. Good
you
job. Go
can't
ahead and
restate
show
the
your fans-
position,
go ahead and show
so
your
I'm
fans
restating
that
it all
you're
for
weak as
you.
hell, brother. Go ahead and show your fans you weak.
Calm down, calm down, man. Calm down. Listen, calm down, calm
Fucking
down.
goofball.
Calm down, man. Listen, calm down, bro.
Hey, this shit
You've
is
been getting
hilarious. You
cooked
can be weak
in
ass
this debate
motherfuckers.
already, and now you don't even want me to do
really,
what we agreed on.
I
Wait,
hope you don't believe that.
wait. You
I know
cannot.
you're delusional, but
Wait,
I
wait.
hope
Time
you're
out.
not
Time out.
that
Time out.
delusional to think that you can
Do
win
you-
this debate. Look how,
Okay.
look
Do
how
you
you're
not want me
traveling
to
right
restate
now.
the
You're going to
position for
your-
you because you
Okay,
don't
go
have
ahead. Hurry up
the
then.
intellectual
Hurry up then.
capacity to understand my
Hurry up
position?
then.
Which one do
Hurry
you
up
want?
then. Hey, brother, I'm well versed in education.
Okay,
I'm
got it.
actually in
All
school
right,
now,
so
and I'm an
so
EV
real quick, no,
technician. So if you
listen,
wanna
we'll
go
do it
down
your
the
way.
line of
I don't have to
education, we
restate the
can do
position.
that.
We can just
We can do that.
continue to debate. So let me
Okay.
ask you some questions.
Okay, good.
So what do you want? You want questions or you want me to restate the position?
Whatever you want to at this point, because you're
Okay,
obviously
got it.
trying
I'm going to
run
restate the
from getting your
position.
ass busted in
Here we
front of
go.
your goddamn
Super
audience.
simple. You said that morals doesn't have to be grounded. It's basically subjective.
Yes.
Logic, well, this is something that will be grounded. It will be objective. 1 + 1 = 2. My position
Yeah.
was to say, well, if it's the case that morals are subjective, logic also would be subjective because both of these categories, these are metaphysical categories. Logic and morals, you can't find in a microscope. It doesn't derive from the brain. You can't find these things. These things transcend the physical. So if this is subjective, I'm stating that, well, this would also be subjective here too because they work in uniformity. You can't have one without the other. And the example of this, the demonstration is, try to come up with a moral perspective or a moral statement without utilizing logic itself. No, you would have to utilize logic itself. Reason, induction, and deduction to come to determine if something is good or bad under your subjective preference.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Can somebody subjectively have a moral stance that might be wrong based off of their own logic?
Yes.
So you just proved that it doesn't matter what you think in this whatever field, it can still happen. Somebody can think they're logically sound and build their subjectivity off of that for their morals, but that doesn't mean that their logic is necessarily true. Logic is supposed to be grounded in facts, yes, objectivity. That doesn't mean that morals are always going to be built off of logic because they're not the same. What are you talking about? That's like saying, well, if an orange is orange, then that means an apple being an apple, they're both fruits. You have to cut them the same.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
Yeah, what you don't understand is, and what you don't get is that when we're speaking about, you say that one is objective and one is subjective.
Yes, you can,
even
yes,
if
yes, you
let
one
me
plus one
finish.
is always
Okay,
gonna be one.
I'll let you speak. So let me finish.
I got you,
One
my
is
bad.
subjective morals and one is objective, which is logic under your worldview. If it's the case that someone can come up with they're using an objective standard, which is you just admitted to under their subjective preference, they would be utilizing logic, which is an objective standard, coming up with a subjective preference. That's what you just stated, right?
Yeah, and let me give you.
Wait,
an
no,
example just to make
no,
sure you actually
stop
know
it.
what I'm saying. Let me
No,
just
stop
make
it.
sure
I
you
have a
know what I'm
question
saying.
for you.
Okay,
First,
okay.
is that
I don't like when people ask. Okay,
what you don't like when people ask you questions? It's a debate.
that's
What are
not
you
what I was
talking
gonna
about?
say. That's not what I was gonna
Okay,
say. I didn't finish my question,
listen.
but go ahead.
If it's the case, what you just said, if that is true, then what I'm saying is, yeah, they would be using subjective, they would be using their own subjective preferences and also utilizing logic to get to a conclusion, but they're still using an objective standard, which is induction, deduction, reason itself, which is logic. I'm asking you this. This is the question. If logic is a standard that is objective and morality is subjective, right? How is it that under this your worldview, how would that make any sense for one thing to be subjective and the other thing to be objective? Is morality found? Can the question is this: can people come up with a moral decision not utilizing their brain?
Can somebody come up with a moral decision not utilizing their
Yes.
brain? To what capacity? How would they come up with a decision if they don't use their brain?
Got it. Perfect. So they can't, right?
I'm glad
No,
everybody
no.
else is asking what
So they
because
can't,
I know
right?
I'm not the only one who doesn't get this.
No,
Okay,
stop it.
so
So
how
they
does somebody
can't,
come up with
right?
a decision without their brain?
So they can't.
How does somebody do anything without
They
their
can't,
brain?
right? Got it. So they
Actually,
can't.
okay,
So
okay,
they
okay.
can't do it without their brain. Now, can someone come up with anything? 1 + 1 math. Can they utilize math without their brain? Like 1 + 1 always equaling 2. They don't. This is objective. They don't utilize their brain. It's
wanna
mind
point out
independent,
how
right?
weak of a debater you are. You're bringing up somebody who's not even capable of doing anything because they don't have a brain. This is such
Okay.
a weak analogy. It's so
It's
weak.
not an
It's so
analogy. Is
fucking
it
weak.
mind independent?
I mean,
I'm
it's
trying to
literally
get you.
so weak.
How about you
It's so
answer the
weak.
question
Please.
so I can run my line of argument?
I'm not going to answer your dumb ass questions. Stay on the topic. You're
Wait.
fucking slow. What the fuck is this?
Wait, time out.
Like, do you
We are
genuinely
on
think this
topic,
is
bro.
intelligence?
We're literally talking
No,
about
you're not.
logic
You're
and morals right
diving into
now.
people with no
You just don't like
brains.
my
You can't
line
do
of
anything
questioning.
if you don't have a brain.
Okay, wait,
Yes,
what did you
because
say?
it's boring. And you're taking the conversation somewhere so boring that I'm not even interested. I'm about to drop because what are you even talking about? It's not that this conversation doesn't have to be this
Okay,
hard. You're making
okay,
it this hard
I
because your
got
argument
you.
is weak.
I'll make it simple. I'll
Yes,
dumb it down
like,
for
stop
you a
being
little bit.
cornball. You corny as shit, dude.
Okay, I got you. Why does it say? No, I don't want to remove you. Why is TikTok telling me to remove you? Live visibility. Okay, I guess TikTok restricted my live for a little bit.
Did I
that's
do or
totally-
say something wrong? My fault.
Yeah,
bro. That
you've
wasn't
been
the fault.
saying
That
you're
wasn't- that wasn't
cussing. You're
the-
saying the shit word. So, but it's okay. I'm having some fun.
My
so,
fault, bro. I can drop
so-
down and I can come back.
No, I'll keep you up. I'm having fun with you being up here. This is totally fine, right? I'm live on YouTube right now anyway. I'm streaming in front of a bunch of people. So
Dope,
it's
dope.
it's this simple, bro. Basically, you're making the claim that morals is subjective and logic and reason is objective. I'm just asking you to justify both of them. So you can't find logic. Well, can you find morals under a microscope in the brain?
No.
Okay. So then
But you can find 1 + 1 under a microscope.
okay, so you can find 1 + 1 under a microscope in the brain.
Hey, this guy's hilarious. What? Which is it?
Can you find morals? You said it's
I
subjective.
just said no.
Okay, you can't
I
find
just
it
said no.
under
You
a
can't
microscope
find
in the
morals
brain.
you can't find morals under a microscope. No.
What about logic? Can you find that under a microscope in the brain?
You can find 1 + 1. You can find 1 + 1 under a microscope.
Okay, where? 1 + 1
Two-
equaling 2.
yeah.
Can you find?
Yes.
l-
Yes.
Okay, you can
If you
find
have two
math.
cells, if you have two cells on a slide, and you can say this is 1 cell plus 2 cells.
No.
1 cell plus
I'm
another
not
cell is
talking
2,
about
right?
that. I'm talking about math
So
in
that's
and of
literally-
itself.
This is
So,
literally what
listen,
I'm trying to
if
get you
I
to
write a
understand.
number
You're trying to put objective math into a mental
Listen.
state.
If
Math
I
is gonna
write,
be here
you don't
outside of our
understand the
brains, smart
level
guy.
of the question I'm asking. If I write the number
Nobody
one,
does. Everybody
okay,
in
got
the
you.
comments
If I
asking
write the
what?
number one, Because they're slow in the chat. If they're on TikTok, they're
Yeah, 'cause
slow.
you're the
Listen,
only smart
if you
one
write
here.
a
I
number
get it.
1 on the chalkboard and you erase it, did
Exactly.
you actually
Yeah.
erase the number 1?
What was your question? I'm about to drop. Ask this question again.
If you write number 1 on a chalkboard and then you erase the number 1, did you fully erase the existence of number 1? Yeah, he's an idiot. He's a dork. He was just dumb. He doesn't know how to follow the level of questioning. Freaking idiot. Dork, idiot, loser. Oh, man. That's what we get, chat. That's what we get. These people, they come up, they think they know everything. Oh, well, bro, yeah, morals don't need to be grounded. Okay, well, you already conceded to prompt number 2. But, well, yeah, and then I say, well, if morals is, subjective, then, logic is objective, but these two have uniformity. You can't have one without the other. He's thinking that I'm asking him about, like, us having the ability to utilize logic and make and come up with moral statements. No, I'm asking him about morals themselves and logic in it of itself. So like 1 + 1 equaling 2, this would be universal. If all human minds wasn't here, 1 + 1 would still equal 2. And he agreed to that. It's objective. But then he says that we can find it in the brain. Well, we can find like math itself in a brain, logic itself in a brain, then that means it's not objective because the brain is finite. The brain dies. Human beings change their mind every day. So he was just a contradiction machine and he wasn't aware. And we was going to get to all of that and I was going to make him look stupid and catch him in many contradictions, but he didn't want to answer questions, chat.
Bruh.
That's what happens. You get these idiots up here, they don't want to answer questions. So then it doesn't even get to the point where you make them look stupid.
Bruh.
Well, actually, he was already making himself look stupid anyway, just by the questions that he was at, just by the things that he was saying. Like, what? That doesn't even make any sense, bro. Just think about it, chat. I asked him, well, he said, well, bro, we can find 1 + 1 equaling 2 in a brain because if you have like one cell and then another cell and you put them together, bro, that would equal 2. Stupid. Okay, so if like I'm talking about numbers in it of itself, the meaning of what number 1 actually means. Can we find that meaning inside the brain itself? No, we can't find that. That is a transcendental category. I don't think it was that guy, Dana. Dana sends him $5. She says, I swear this guy comes on every week and spurgs out. It could have been the same guy every week. It probably was. He seemed like he had like an attitude, like we debated before and I watched him. Dana, you know what? You could be right because he didn't want to answer any questions, which makes me think like he probably already answered some of these questions before and got cooked. So he's like, man, I'm not trying to answer none of these questions no more, bruh. I'm not trying to answer none of these questions. And this example actually comes from Jay Dyer. Shout out to Jay Dyer. So Jay Dyer, he said he got it from his professor at college, but he spoke about the number 7. Like if you write the number 7 or any number on the chalkboard, and if you erase it, do you erase the existence of like the number 1 or the number 7? No, it still exists. Like it's a concept within, well, you still think about it. It's a concept that's out there. You get what I'm saying? So you don't fully erase it. So therefore you can't find the number, the meaning, the concepts under a microscope itself. And he didn't understand the level of question I'm asking him. Yes, we know that we utilize logic as a tool to speak sentence. I'm utilizing logic right now to make sentences. So for the low IQ people in the chat, we know this. I'm speaking about what it means. Justify it. Justify how we can speak in a logical way. Can you justify it under a evolutionist worldview? That basically that worldview posits that everything is basically just random and changing all the time and evolving all the time. Well, under that worldview, if it's evolving all the time, 1 + 1 could evolve to equal 22 instead of 2, right? So he's just dumb. Freaking dork. All right, let's get some more people up here. Who else we got? Get the likes up too, man. Get the likes up.
Hello.
All right. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. Let me get your name, age, and what do you want to debate about?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm Kylie, 19, and I wanted to talk about prompt number 1.
Okay, got you. And also, for the new Black Resistance or whatever your name is, Renaissance or whatever, come on up. Just request to come up and I'll bring you up. I see you comment a few times, it look like. But yeah, just come on up through TikTok. I got you. I'll bring you up next. Okay, so prompt number 1, most people shouldn't vote, and this includes the majority of women. Okay. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and give you my position on this real quick so you get some understanding of it, and then you can give me your argument. Fair?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So my claim that most people shouldn't be able to vote in America, because I think that in order to vote, you should have some stake in the game. And currently right now, in America, men, when they turn 18, they are conscripted to sign up for the draft. They got to sign up for the draft. If they don't, then it will be some possible penalties, fines, and things of that sort. So there's an obligation for men to sign up for selective service, but there's no obligation for women to sign up for selective service. So automatically, men in America, once they turn 18, they got some stake in the game because they could possibly be drafted. So most men would be able to vote. Of course, criminals and things like that, not all men, but criminals and things like that under this position wouldn't be able to vote. Also, women, since they don't have to sign up for selective service, then they don't have any stake in the game when they turn 18 years old. So there's some other things that I would, suggest as far as within my position, as far as voting rights. It would be maybe 1 vote per household, which would then incentivize women to marry men. And that would be a vote there, including with if you sign up for selective service, then you have to, then you are eligible to vote. It could also be something like if you own a property, then you're eligible to vote. So some women would be able to vote, like if they own a property, if they get married, and things of that sort. So that's my position. And go ahead and give me your non-affirmative position on this. Give me your argument against
I
it.
just wanted to ask you, would you apply this if selective service still existed for men, if they had to still put their names up in the draft?
If selective service still exists, what do you mean?
Like if it was still a practice of the U.S. government to, when a male turns 18, to take their names and, put in a lottery in the case that there must be a draft. Like if that was not a practice anymore, do you think that you would still uphold this standard? Or like with the, I guess.
No, then it would change. Yes, you mean like if we got rid of selective service, we got rid of the draft?
Yes. Yeah, completely.
Yeah, like if we got rid of the draft, then that's why it's a multitude of different things within the position for who would be eligible to vote. So if you own a property, meaning that you have some stake in the game, you own some land, or if you're working in certain jobs that maintains our current infrastructure, that would be also having some stake in the game. So yeah. So men are the majority. Electricians, the guys that construction workers, offshore drillers, mining. Men are the ones that do most of the laborious jobs that maintain our infrastructure anyway. So it would still be more men voting than women voting under this system because they have more stake in the game. They're maintaining the infrastructure. So even if we get rid of selective service, I think that we would still have more men currently voting than women because women need to get some stake in the game, meaning that they need to own some property. They need to, even if they get married, that's stake in the game right there because you get married, have some babies, stuff like that. You help increase our birth rate. That's a positive thing. So
I guess where I'd have to disagree is that I think that whether or not you work in a laborious job related to infrastructure or you own property, what all Americans have in common is that we have stake in the game in relation to our rights and liberties, which our vote allows us to protect. And so I think restricting that civic duty and power to a portion of the population is not going to be productive for a true democracy, and is not going to allow, if necessary, for when the government does become tyrannical, for Americans to come together effectively and prevent things like this from happening.
okay, so repeat the last part again. So basically, you're stating that I'm sorry, my bad. I was reading the chat, so I'll be honest with you. Chat, y'all funny, bro. Basically, you're stating that your argument against it would be it's gonna limit people from having. Basically, you're saying that it's not a good thing because it would limit people from having their voice heard.
No, that's not all I said. I said that equally as Americans, we have the stake of, having inalienable rights, liberties that were prescribed to us through the Constitution.
Oh, that part I missed. Okay, I got you.
Being able to vote, right? Being able to vote, no matter if you work in infrastructure or own property or not, allows you as a citizen to protect those rights and to advocate for when they are being taken away or threatened.
Yeah, but in the case of rights, and from your worldview, what is a right?
What do you mean, what is a right? I guess it's dependent on the society or the government. What's a right in America is not going to be a right in, Indonesia. Yeah,
so I'm saying, what makes a right? How do we have rights? Where does rights come from?
Well, through law. What is prescribed through the law?
Through the law. Okay, but the law is just stuff ideas written down on a piece of paper. Does the ideas on a piece of paper give you a right? Or what do you mean?
No, not automatically, right? That there's obviously processes by which these rights and liberties and protections are, initiated, right? And it's through the representatives that the people also elect through their vote.
Yeah.
I think that's
so how can a right be initiated?
Well, we know that the framers through the Constitution, displayed the amendments or the Bill of Rights first, and then the rest of the amendments as protections that citizens have from their government, right? When we elect representatives into Congress, let's say.
Well, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking this right that you're speaking about, this right that you're stating we have inherent rights from the Constitution and all of these things. This right in it of itself, it's an idea that we agree on. We write it on a piece of paper.
Yeah,
how does that get initiated?
Initiated?
That's what you said.
I didn't use the word initiated, I don't think.
You said initiate. It needs to be, we initiate the right.
No. Obviously, rights are subjective, laws are subjective. I use the word inalienable, which is how it was described in the Constitution. So that was just me describing, the language of the Constitution.
Yeah. So for an example, let's just say a bunch of people agree. They come up with an idea that, this is Johnson Street, and to walk down this street, it's a right to walk down this street. And if you don't have this right to walk down the street, you can't walk down this street, right? So let's say 1,000 people are given this right to walk down the street. And it's an idea. That's the idea that I just said. They write it on a piece of paper. how does that right to walk down Johnson Street like enforce itself?
It doesn't enforce itself. It is enforced by law enforcement. It is enforced by citizen participation.
Okay. All right. So it's enforced by law enforcement. So
Sure.
law enforcement consists of generally
Military.
men, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm still not.
So I'm
understanding
simply asking you
why
these
that's
questions to make it all make sense to you. Basically, rights reduces down to a collection of men enforcing the right. So Johnson Street, 1,000 people have a right to walk down the street. It's enforced by men. Other people, there's a group of 500 people that want to walk down the street. They don't got the right to walk down the street. It's going to be police force, military, to stop them from walking down that street. So you can uphold the other 1,000 people's rights to walk down that street. So rights by men, rights are enforced by men, and they're also upheld by men. So when we're speaking about like voting and stuff like that, and you were stating that, based off of the Constitution, we have inalienable rights and all of these things. Well, no, all of the rights are enforced by men. So women cannot enforce any rights
that the important
for men.
factor?
It would be
There
men.
are law enforcement officials. There are representatives in Congress who create laws. There are female justices who interpret the law. While
They
that may
only
be a
have
minority,
the females
they
that
still-
interpret the law, the females that are in these government branches. They are afforded that luxury because of men,
So why?
because
does this
men
matter,
allowed
though?
them.
I'm asking you, why does that matter to the right to vote? Why is it important that because
Well, it
men
would come
make
down
up the
to
majority of
Andrew
law
Wilson's
enforcement?
famous argument. It would come down to force doctrine. From what we've just, you even understand it, actually. You even understand that a right is just a construct of the mind. It needs to be enforced by a collection of men. So
Or people.
what are you talking about, people?
Well, because it's
Can
not
it be
only
enforced by women?
men. It can. There are women in law enforcement.
Is there?
Like,
Do you know that there's a very small percentage of women in law enforcement
I
doing?
understand that they are the minority, but they are still existent. So this
Most
argument that
women
you're
push
making,
paper. Most women
the-
in the police force, they push paperwork.
Pushing paper is still an effective and necessary portion of law enforcement.
Pushing paperwork does
right?
not enforce any rights. We already spoke about it.
Pushing-
You even
making
know.
sure-
Writing
Yes,
things on a
it
piece of
does.
paper does not enforce any rights. We know that it's going to take some physical strength, some
That's a
manpower
portion.
to enforce that right.
Right, but it's not. That doesn't mean that it's not a necessary part of it, right? Like, to
No, it's
document those
it's the
rights, to
only
make
part
them
of it.
known.
We don't need to write anything down on a piece of paper, but we need men to enforce the right, the idea. We need men to enforce the idea. We don't need to write anything on a piece of
But we
paper.
have women in law enforcement. I'm just not understanding. Like, you're basing the high stakes for men is that they are the majority of law enforcement, which I agree that is a high stake. However, there are women in these law enforcement fields pushing paper or on the streets or not, right? Are their stakes not also high? Do they not also get the right to vote? Like,
No,
I'm
no.
just not
I'll give you the
understanding.
position. I'll give you the full argument, right? It's very simple. Since you do agree, you do understand the concept, which is good. You understand the concept that
Well, it's
in
not
order-
a difficult concept to understand.
yeah, well, you do. Well, I'm telling you, you understand that in order to have a right, it needs to be enforced, which means that rights equals force. Without enforcement, an idea does not get enforced itself. The piece of paper on the idea on the piece of paper does not enforce itself. It all reduces down to force. And since men are physically superior than women, it's going to be a collection of men to enforce our ideas or the things that's on the piece of paper. You get what I'm saying? So if it's the case that women always have to appeal to a collection of men to enforce their rights, this is unfair because men are not afforded that same egalitarian perspective to rely on women to enforce their rights. So basically, men have a obligation to create order in the world by granting rights and enforcing rights. But women do not have that same obligation in society. So if we're speaking about voting, well, there's always going to be a collection of men that is, maintaining our current infrastructure, enforcing our rights, and doing certain duties in society, which means that they have stake in the game and should be able to vote. Women, on the other hand, they are not maintaining our current infrastructure, and they do not enforce, collectively, they do not enforce any rights for us. We can get rid of all the women out of the military, all of the women out of police force, and society would still be functioning perfectly fine.
I mean, not necessarily. There are other parts of functioning
society wouldn't change.
Like the jobs that women dominate, let's say, for example, like medicine, nursing, teaching, are fundamental and necessary parts of
medicine.
being a good citizen.
Sure,
I'll just say
those
nursing.
are inventions. Medicine is inventions by men. The majority of men invent these medications.
The problem is that when we make claims, right, like when men make claims to the inventions or to the doings of other men, it just doesn't make sense to me. Are you part of law enforcement at all? Do you work in infrastructure?
No, but I can be drafted.
Right, and now if we remove the draft, does your right to participate in your government, does this now disappear?
I own property. I'll be fine.
Now a secondary
under my position, I'll be fine. I'll still be able to vote. I own property.
Why is owning property the defining characteristic here?
I didn't say only. So you're straw manning the argument. I didn't say
not the defining characteristic. I'm saying why is that one of them?
It's one of them because if you own property, then obviously you have some stake in the game because you're paying taxes on the property that you're paying. Got to pay property tax. You got some stake in the game. If you are getting married, if you're a woman and a man and woman gets married, okay, they have a family. They got some stake in the game because they're helping populate our current society. The majority of people that get married have babies.
Sure. The point is that when you take the circumstances of the majority and you apply it to everybody else, I don't think that is like an accurate or even a productive way of going about what is voting. Like,
it's not. So when you go to the mall, if it's the case that if you take the majority and you use the majority, right, as the rule instead of the minority, if that's not productive, then why is it the case when you go to a mall and you go to a parking lot, you see the majority of parking spots are regular parking spots and the minority of parking spots are handicap parking spots, and it seems to work out just fine because the majority of people are not handicapped? It just makes logical sense.
I don't think that this correlates, right? Like there's
it correlates to the position that you just made, your argument.
No, it doesn't, right?
So so you want to make a rule. Your argument is simply we should not make a rule for the majority because it isn't productive. I'm stating that everything works off of making a rule for the general instead of a rule for the minority. If you make a rule for the minority, then that means that if you go to a mall, it'll be 250 handicap parking spots and only 12 regular parking spots. Would that be productive? No, it wouldn't be productive. Most people wouldn't have anywhere to park. Niggas be getting parking tickets. Tolls would be getting, cars would be getting towed.
Yellow or off-white?
It's a perfect example that refutes your dumb claim. She left. I don't know where she went. She was getting cooked anyway. Peace, chick. It's so funny, bro. When they actually get cooked, they run.
are you running? Why are you running?
She was saying one of the most stupidest things. Oh, well, it's not productive if you make the majority the rule. If you make the general the rule, that's not productive, huh? I made a easy analogy that she can understand by looking at parking lots, something that she observes all the time. And this chick, oh man, what the heck, bro? What the heck, bro? Jason, I see you back here, Jason. Dang, Jason, you left. I was gonna bring you up before. Now you came back in. I got one other person to bring up before you, bro. Stay right there, man. Don't go anywhere. I'm not going anywhere either. We only been streaming for 2.5 hours, so we got a lot more time. Wait Kid says her gay boyfriend was asking about a shirt color in the background. Yeah, that nigga's sweet. Why you at, honey? Should I wear the baby blue or the vanilla pink? Vanilla pink, nigga. What? I just made that up. But he gay anyway, so gay people always add extra words on top of a color. Like vanilla pink, like it's pink, but it also got a little cream in it. That's gay. Only a gay person would think that.
They, them, energy.
That's what it was giving me. Okay, chat. Let me get to some of these super chats real quick, and then I'm going to bring up some more people. I got y'all, man. What the? Okay, here we go. We got Brian Ross sending in $10. He says, like I said in the chat, click the link if you got smoke with Cooley. Don't just talk crap in the chat. Yeah, man, click the link. Don't just talk crap in the chat. You can literally click the link on YouTube and come right on up. It's because a lot of them aren't familiar with the transcendental argument. And it could be a little weird. Like if you come in mid transcendental argument and you never heard it before, you'll be like, bro, what is Cooley talking about, bro? Like, what does he mean? Bro, you came in mid argument. This is something new you've never heard before. So just shut up. You don't get it. Just stay put. You'll understand. Let me see. Did I miss something else? Okay. We got BB sending in $10. He says, shout out to the people crossing over from other platforms to comment and support Cooley's algorithm. Oh, yeah, man. I appreciate the love. Yeah, it seems like we got a boost to some people that came in. It could be some haters, but it definitely supports the algorithm. So appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. Let's bring up some more folks. All right, welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. Name, age, what do you want to debate about?
Hey, my name is Coco, and
your name is Coco?
Yeah.
You're a man?
Yeah.
Why are you a man with the name Coco?
Because I run a channel called The Controversial Compass, and Controversial and Compass start with CO.
Oh,
So
okay.
Coco.
I was about to be like, you cross-dress or something, bro?
Oh, no.
All right, fair enough.
Well-
All right, go ahead, man. What do you want to debate about?
I have a contention with everything on the screen, but I guess I can pick one out of all of them.
Wait, you have a contention with everything? You sure you're not gay?
Well, like I'm straight, but like, what would be the issue
Oh,
if I was gay?
Because it's okay. We'll get down to it. All right, you choose. What do you want to debate then? You choose what you want to do.
What's your argument for gender roles are good for society? Let's go there.
Okay, so gender roles are good for society because gender roles, as far as gender meaning sex, is because man and woman have a different biology. And I think that when we strive to adhere to our biological advantages, then we have better outcomes for society. Not only just better outcomes for society, I think it's more conducive to relationships and the social cohesion for society as well when men and women adhere to their biological differences, which would be their gender roles. So for an example, men they're the ones that's going to be in the majority of. So we can look at it from a relationship level or a societal level, whichever way you want to go from. But even if we just look at it from a societal level, like men are the majority in the police force and in the military. I think that if we do not adhere to that gender role, then our military and police force would be weakened.
But okay, whenever you say not adhere to the gender role, does that mean like keeping police force solely men and keeping women out of it, or?
Yeah, I would keep it solely men, and I'm fine with women being in the police force and in the military, but in supportive roles. So
Okay.
it would
By
be
the
it would
way,
include women in the military and in the men in the military and in the police force, but only in supportive roles.
all right. Also, by the way, are you okay with me turning on my camera?
Oh yeah, go ahead, turn it on, man. That'd be better.
Okay. Here, let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. But okay, so like if we opened up the police force to men and women, so how would women like working in police roles like kind of weaken the police force, or how would that be detrimental to the police force?
So once again, if we reverse the scales, right, and there's a majority of women in the military and a minority of men in the military, it would weaken the police force because men and women do not share the same physical capacity.
Yeah.
Men are physically stronger than women. If you look at, just statistics even shows and research studies shows that women are the ones that they get disarmed by perpetrators at higher rates than male police officers because they're physically weaker. Normally it takes multiple women police officers to take down one perpetrator.
Okay, but I guess I would say
And sometimes, even with multiple women police officers, they can't even take down one male perpetrator.
Yeah, I guess what I would say is like what I'm advocating for is not that like we have a majority of women in the military or like in police force, but I think that with allowing women to make choices on like what jobs they want to do or make choices to do other things outside of gender roles, I think that adds strength to the military and to the police force, such as like one example I could provide is Hedy Lamarr, who lived from 1914 to 2000. She developed the frequency hopping spread spectrum technology during World War II, which served as the foundation for like modern Wi-Fi, GPSs, and Bluetooth. I mean, her, along with many women that entered college, tend to be like outperforming men and bringing inventions into the world that are beneficial and doing good things for society. But if we like restricted them to like being in the kitchen and cooking food or taking care of children, I mean, we wouldn't have certain innovations, right?
So
and I think they contributed a lot.
Yeah, you're making an argument that I didn't make. I never said that women couldn't work, right? So that's not my position. So you're making that position on top of, like, you put that into your argument as if I said that women couldn't work. Factually, women always worked. If you look back in history, women always worked. They worked on the farms. They did secretary work. They worked in daycares, caregiving. They also worked back then, 1800s and things like that. Women always worked and supported the community in many different ways. So I'm not against women working in those roles that they've always worked in, which currently, even to today, even that they are more educated than they ever been before, they still choose to go into career fields that deal with people, and men still choose to go into career fields that deal with things like science, technology, engineering, and math. So back to my point, right? If it's the case that, well, basically, are you saying that it should be 50-50 in the police force and military? What exactly are you saying on that?
I'm not necessarily like advocating for a certain ratio, but I'm saying that, you know, in allowing women to partake in what are traditionally like male roles, I think they are beneficiary and might be able to add certain things. And also when you say that
You
men
mean
are
the choice
stronger
then?
than
Basically, your argument is women should have the choice to be in the military in the front lines and be in the police force in the front lines and all of that stuff. You're basically saying that you just want them to have the choice
well, yeah, and I think like gender roles restrict people from,
from
you know,
choice.
yeah, from the potential to like, you know, do things that they enjoy or even be beneficial to society, given their working roles that are outside of their gender.
Yeah, so you would need to make an argument on how it's good for women to have that choice to
Okay.
enter the military on the front lines. How is that good for women? And how is that
Okay.
good for the military and our police force?
Well, I might even use like a different example outside of women being on like the front lines. But do you think that inventing things would be isolated to men? Do you think only men should invent things or do scientific research?
Yeah, you're obfuscating from the topic right now, from my question. You're asking me a
or like I'm
question
trying
instead
to-
of answering my question.
Oh no,
We can get to inventions, bro. Women barely invent anything. The majority of men invent most of the things that we have. So let's just stick to the topic, answer the question that I asked you. How about that?
Okay. So you're saying about the front line specifically?
I'm asking
Like-
you. You would have to explain how it's beneficial for women to have the choice.
How it's beneficial for women to have the choice?
Yeah,
Well,
just
I
explain
think
how that's beneficial to women or our society. Like, how is the choice itself even beneficial? My position is that we get rid of the choice because it's not beneficial, and I already gave you my arguments.
Oh, okay. So, but also, sorry about this, but like really quickly, like, could you kind of give me like maybe a short list of like what positions do you think are traditional to certain genders?
Bro, why you can't answer my question? Why do I have to answer your question?
Oh, because I'm trying to figure out like what
Yeah,
positions.
this
do
is
you
called
think are
obfuscation, man. You're
male-oriented, and what
obfuscating from because.
Okay.
Look.
Okay. I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
Why are you running, bro? Don't run. Just
Okay.
answer the question, and I'll answer any questions you want. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what jobs are isolated to men and women, but I guess I can sort of just like figure it out. But I guess I'm going to answer the question. I think that women having the choice to do jobs that are typically outside of, you know, jobs that would be associated with like their gender roles, right? First off, it allows for women to be happier. I don't think like women would be
Women
happy if
dying
they
in
were-
the military makes them happy.
Well, wait, hold on. Like, I think that some people get a joy out of like serving their country, or some women are tomboys, right? They are more interested in like activities. of,
Okay,
like,
so we should make
physicality or doing, like, other things.
we should make a rule for the exception.
Well, no, I'm not saying make a rule. I'm saying allowing them to make a choice to be
Well,
able
that
to
would
do
be
the
a
things
rule.
that make them
That would be
happy.
a rule for the exception. You just said that some women, some of them want to enroll and some of them want to be GI Jane. So let's go ahead and make this rule and allow them to have a choice based off of some.
Yeah, but this also applies to many different career fields, right? Like women.
Bro, we're speaking
women
about the
use-
military right now.
Okay, well, so even if we're making a rule for the exception, I don't think it affects the whole. If we have a couple of GI Janes in the military, why would that be a bad thing?
You know how you know how it does affect the whole? I'll explain how it affects the mind. Would you say that women tend to be more susceptible to outside influences than men are?
I would have to read a paper on that, but I wouldn't be able to tell you off the top of my head.
Okay, so women are more susceptible to influence than men are. Besides, men are susceptible to sex. You know, that's a big one. But other than that, women totally, outcompete men on being susceptible to outside things. This is why all of the advertisers and the marketers, they advertise their products towards women, because women are more likely to buy, because they're more likely to be influenced and indoctrinated and susceptible to the propaganda.
Do you have like are you reading this somewhere?
No,
Do you have,
look
like, a
at
paper
our consumer debt. Women hold a majority of our consumer debt, because women are the ones that's purchasing things. The reason why they're buying a lot of things, because, they were scrolling. Oh, I like this. Oh, that's good. Oh, I like that. That was good. They're susceptible to being influenced. Every ad you see a commercial selling a product, you scrolling, you seeing something selling a product. Women are influenced by things, so they tend to buy because they're influenced by it. Men is like, yeah, nah, I ain't beat for that. Yeah, I don't really need that anyway. I'm good.
Well, what would be like the statistics on that? Because
I just already said women hold 80% of consumer debt. That's a statistic right there.
Well, yeah, cite the article that you're reading it from. That's what I'm interested in.
I'm not reading it from an article. This is off of memory. Do you want me to go ahead? You can Google it.
Yeah, because like
you want to Google it, go ahead.
Take your word for it. Like,
no, don't take my word for it. Google it.
Well, yeah, but like I'm asking for your source. When you say
just Google it. My source, you can Google it right now. You can type it in.
When you're making a claim,
you can type it in, bro. I can do it for you right now, but it's gonna waste time. Just type it in.
Yeah, I would like you to source your information.
Okay, listen, I'll allow you to type it into Google because it's that fast and simple, because everybody knows about this. If you if you create a product, this is how I know that you're not in business, because if you created any product, you're always tempted, like, how can I make this product more useful to women because I know that they buy? Just Google it, bro. It's gonna say yes.
Well, yeah. But
say, who holds most of the consumer debt? What percentage of women holds consumer debt in America? It's gonna say around 80% of women hold the consumer debt in America, which would mean that, well, why are they buying all of these things? Well, the advertisers are marketing everything towards women. They're making it favorable towards women. But while you're there, give me a second here. I need to do some housekeeping. 1 second.
Yeah, go for it.
You're not going to hear this individual. Wait, kid, what's up? Talk to me. Stuff going on in the chat?
So he's over in YouTube chat also. Tell him to come on the YouTube link so we could all debate on this with him, because we could have a lot of fun right now. Because there's some claims that he's making, like a few things of about
can military. I show you what I found on Google?
Okay.
Women there, and then he's also has
pronouns
on his profile.
Yeah, I know y'all want to. All right. We could do that. Hey, listen. How about this? Come on over to YouTube. Join in YouTube. The link is in the comments.
Okay, yeah. I'll be happy to join on.
Yeah.
YouTube.
So hop off of TikTok real quick, and come on over to YouTube. It's No Fugazi Podcast on YouTube. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, do that right now. I'm live on YouTube. No Fugazi Podcast on YouTube. You'll see the link to join on YouTube. Come in, and then you can read me whatever you just read off.
Okay, cool.
And my bad, TikTok folks. I had one of my mods in here let me know that he's like live right now or something too, or he has his own thing.
I see. I mean, he's in chat, so if he's in chat, he can come over
he's
here.
He's on YouTube. Okay, so. Folks on TikTok, he's on YouTube chat, so we're like, let's just get him over here on YouTube, and I got a bunch of people that want to debate him too. But yeah, we'll do that. All right, Kid, appreciate you, man.
All right.
Yeah, we can have some fun with that one. He was wrong on a lot of stuff. It's like, you can argue so many different things to refute him. It would be fun. So while we're waiting for him to come on YouTube, let's get one other person up, and then I'm going to get Jason up too. But let's see what this guy. All right, welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. Let me get your name, age, and what do you want to debate? Nuke Black, I see you in here. You up next.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you turn on your camera for me?
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on. And I'm not a guy. That's why
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. And let me get your name and age.
Yeah, my name is Tara, and I just made 39, 420.
All right, Tara, 39. You think you look 39?
Of course not.
Tara, you look 39. You and Shelly got something in
maybe.
common, Tara. But it's okay. What do you want to debate about tonight?
You know what? It's your whole concept. Like, I follow you. I be listening to some of your, some of your podcast situations, and this, I think you're just over the top with this one tonight.
Okay, which
how
one?
old are you? Where you from?
I'm 36.
You're 36. Which gives me the main reason why you have this particular topic up here.
Okay.
Talking about that most people shouldn't vote, and this includes the majority of women.
Okay.
Do you not understand who your God is?
Oh, my God? Yeah, I know who my God is. My God is Jesus Christ.
Clearly, that's
a
part of
man.
the problem. No, your God is not Jesus Christ. Your God is your mother.
Oh, my mom is my God?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Understand. In your Bible, it says there
Did my mother determine my sex?
Yes, she did.
My mother determined? I thought, I could have sworn scientifically it shows that the male's chromosome determines the sex of the baby.
Let me tell you something. You're still wrong. Because do you not know? Let me tell you something. As your God, one of the gods, okay?
So it's multiple gods?
You are a witness. You are a witness to what life is about. Understand what I'm about to say to you, young man.
I'm
And I'm
understanding.
going to continue to call you a young man because that's exactly what you are.
I'm overstanding.
And again, I follow you. I listen to what you have to say. Sometimes you got some good topics. I don't join your panel, but I be here. I just had to unfollow you when I was just about to block you, like real talk. Because you know what? At this point, like looking at this.
Wow, you were going to block
be
me?
kidding right now. I'm being honest. Okay. I am so serious. And I'm being honest because when I listen to you be up here, sometimes you be making sense. Sometimes the people that be up here, they kind of be trying to. I hear the argument.
Okay. So let me ask you this then. If it's the case,
I wasn't done with what I was saying.
That's fine.
I wasn't done.
Yeah, but I'm speaking now. So you got to learn how to have some decorum because I let you speak.
Yeah, but you didn't let me finish, and that's the part that we all need to understand.
Okay, so then you just need to continue to talk and the thing is, women need to learn hierarchy.
Sometimes
women need to understand hierarchy and that you are the inferior sex physically, mentally as well. You need a man to help self-regulate your own emotions. You can't even regulate your own emotions. You bleed each month and you change personalities while you're bleeding.
And this is why women say that they rather deal with a bear outside in the woods.
You are multiple different people in one during your period. Why would we listen to you?
Jesus Christ, you guys are you're so ego bounded. And again, you're still not trying to listen.
Oh, okay.
In that book that y'all call the Bible, it says there are many forms of gods.
Okay.
Understand, you put your hand to your ear like this, guess what? What do you hear? Do this. You hear the sound of the ocean. You want me to tell you why? Because you are still recognizing the sound of water from where you was born from. Do you understand what I'm saying? For thing two, watch this.
Are you talking about the fluid that's in the womb? That's the water that we recognize?
Yes.
Okay, so the woman is God?
Of course.
So what woman created everything? Was her name Shakoya? Shaniqua?
No, her name was what her name was.
What was it?
And we're not gonna say her name was Eve. We're not gonna say my name was a vet, because nobody knows what that particular person name was, because guess what? All of them was Nephilim. Guess what? And at the end of the day, it doesn't, yes. And at the end of the day, what do you call this earth? What do you call this earth? You call earth Mother Nature, because guess what?
Oh, Mother Nature. So so since we call the earth Mother Nature, then a mother created the earth. That's what you truly think?
Energy. It's called
Let me ask you a question. Do you have a man?
Yes, I do.
You have a man?
Yes, I do.
Why is your man allowing you up on a microphone to speak to another man?
Because I am my own self.
Oh, you run the relationship?
I am my own self.
You run the relationship?
Nobody is going to control what I do or how I do or what I do.
Let me ask you this though. This is a good question. Real quick. No, real quick. Good question. Good question.
Continue to ask me
good question. No, this is a good one though. This is a good one.
To continue to speak about your
this is a good one. Who has the last? Who has the final say in your relationship? You or your man?
What we're not going to do is continue to make you feel like that you're more dominant than anybody else, and then you're going to sit here and think that it's okay. No, of course I'm not mad, but what I am is I'm very disturbed on the things and the topics that you have up here. First of all, who?
Okay, but listen. I want to have a conversation, but you got to answer some questions.
Now, this is the part that you have to
understand.
Do
you run your relationship? Yes or no? I can tell you do.
Masculinity continues
Matter of fact,
to show me.
I don't want to speak to you. Get your man up here.
No, you listen.
Get your man up here, woman.
Continues to show.
Get your man up here.
And I
want to speak to your man now.
Understand when to shut up.
I want to speak to your man.
Continues to show
because
that you have no
the reason why you act the way you act and behave the way you behave and talk the way you talk is because your father failed you and your man is a beta. First it started with your father. So your father needed some slapping around. But your man, the guy that accepted you and chose to lay with you, he needs some smacking around also. He's a beta.
Like this up on these motherfucking panels.
Stop cussing. Shut up, dumb woman. I had to kick her off. Zero decorum. Listen, you make the black race look bad. You make black women look bad. The reason why these white folks be like, I got black fatigue is because of you. You are the reason. Matter of fact, I got black fatigue. I guess you're the reason for me having black fatigue now, too. God dang. These unruly, masculine, non-compliant, obese chicks, you can tell that she was fat. Yeah, like she had mad skin on her neck, so you can tell that she wasn't in shape. Like, why would your neck have that much loose skin? And it wasn't like she had turkey neck. It was like, this part, you see how like my neck don't got no skin? Like nigga, it's just neck. Her junk was wrinkled right here. I'm like, how you don't got no turkey neck, but you got wrinkles like on the neck itself? You don't work out. You don't take care of your body. You have no self-discipline. And I also know that your man is inadequate and he's a loser because he's laying up with a chick like you. Chicks be unruly, bro. All right, man. For the chat, YouTube, I got y'all, man. The dude that I was debating, Coco, he's backstage, so we're gonna bring up Coco. Jason, right before I bring up Coco though, I'm gonna get Jason up here real quick though too. So Coco, don't go nowhere, bro. I got you. Just give me like five minutes. All right, dude on TikTok. Let me get your name, age, and what do you want to debate?
My name Najee. Can you hear me all right?
Najee? Yeah, I can hear you good, man.
I bet. I'm 32. I agree 100% on topic number 3. I do believe gender roles are good for society.
What don't you agree with?
What I don't agree with? Well, if you could just elaborate for me a little bit on number 1. I just want to.
Yeah, so my claim is most people, I believe that most people shouldn't be able to vote And this also would include the majority of women. The reason being is because you need to have some, I believe that you should have some stake in the game to vote. Uninformed 18-year-olds voting makes no sense. But I would actually increase the voting age to maybe 25, right? Now, currently right now in society, it's 18-year-olds can vote. But 18-year-old boys, most of them are signing up for a selective service to enter the draft. If we do have a draft, they got to go to war. Women, on the other hand, they do not have to sign up for selective service. So men basically have an obligation and a duty to protect the country. Women do not. Therefore, men, when they turn 18 currently right now, all right, you got some stake in the game, right? Even with that stake in the game, though, I would still increase the vote because I think when you're 18, generally speaking, most 18-year-olds, they're uninformed. They're not really that educated at all. They don't know anything. So I'll probably increase it to around 25. Also, some other eligibilities to vote would be, if you own some property, that'd be something good. And also, I would even look at 1 vote per household because this would also incentivize women to marry men. Because if they want to have, if they want to be able to vote, well, listen, they go ahead and convince their man to vote for the guy that they want, at least try, right? But yeah, so that's the position. I think that the majority of people shouldn't be able to vote because I currently believe that a lot of people don't have any stake in the game and they're uninformed voters.
I like that last point, but at the same time, well, I'm gonna start by saying that, that's the government, designed it that way for, 18-year-olds to be able to vote. And they designed it in a sense that they don't necessarily want you to be the most informed politically. That's how they stay in power.
Okay, but what's your argument, though? Why do you think that uninformed voters should be able to vote?
I'll say this. I feel like if you pay taxes in this country, you should be able to vote because your taxes literally fund the government. Now, if you don't pay taxes, that's kind of a different debatable point. But I feel like as long as you pay taxes, if you're old enough to have a job, then you're old enough to pay taxes. Legally speaking, of course. And if you pay
when
taxes,
you're like 16, 17, you're able to vote and you're paying taxes.
You're not, what I'm saying? You're not a legal adult at that point. So that's kind of a gray area. But if you're a legal adult and you have a job, whether or not you're staying with your parents or not, if you have a job, you're 18, you're paying taxes, you should be able to vote. And then there's other aspects such as, healthcare. You got people with pre-existing conditions and things like that that rely on, what I'm saying? So there are other stipulations.
Oh, okay. You're giving me these other stipulations. I'm just simply saying, and Chad, I see ya, man. I got ya. Let me see something here real quick. You're basically stating that, well, the only position you made so far, if you pay taxes, you should be able to vote. I just said that if you're 16 years old, if you're 16, you pay taxes because in a lot of states you can be working while you're 16. So then I'm asking you, well, should you be able to vote if you're 16? You said that, no, you shouldn't be able to vote. And the only reason why you said no is because it's legal right now. But based off of your reasoning, we should actually make it legal for 16-year-olds to vote because they can pay taxes.
No, that's not what I said.
But what based off of that's the logical entailment of your position.
What I said was, that's kind of a gray area. I had my first job when I was 16, but I was still living with my mom. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, so if you're 16 years old and you're not living with your mom, you're kind of out there on your own, figuring things out because, your parents left you, you ain't really got nobody. Should you be able to vote then? You're paying taxes, you're living on your own, paying some rent.
That's up to that person. That's up to that.
No. Is it up to you? Is it up to your position? How's it up to the person? I'm asking you for your position.
I'm legally allowed to vote, so I'm not necessarily talking about me.
Nigga, I know you are.
Your stance that says most people and majority of women.
Too low IQ of a debater Couldn't take it. Got to get more people up. Real quick. All right, TikTok. Everybody on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. I'm going ahead and shutting down TikTok. So come on over to YouTube. It's No Fugazi Podcast on YouTube. They already banned me on TikTok just now anyway. They restricted my views. So I had like hundreds of people on at one point. Now I only got like 91. So I'm off of TikTok. Come on over to YouTube. It's No Fugazi Podcast on YouTube. Peace. All right. Now we only sticking on YouTube. So let's get out of this. Let's get out of that. All right. We got Jason, you up. I'm going to bring you up real quick. And then Coco, don't go anywhere. You up next. Wicked, I know you want to debate Coco as well. Maybe a few other people as well. So come on up. Click the first link in the YouTube description for open panel debate night. Give me 1 minute. Just got to take a bathroom break. I'll be right back. All right, chat, we back. Get the likes up too, man. Don't just be watching the show, not liking the podcast. How rude. A like is free. Even if you're a hater, you should like the show. The reason being is because if you like the podcast, it helps push it into the algorithm. So if you're a hater, I want you to continue to hate. So if you want to continue to hate on me, like the podcast so you can see it more in the algorithm so you can keep hating. So the like works for the people that support it and the haters. Because, like, haters never want to stop hating, bro. They always want to continue to hate on you. So just like the show so you can continue that. All right. Dang. All these trash TikTok debaters, man. Man. That chick was that chick was delusional. Cooley, I like you, but I almost blocked you. She didn't know what to think, bro. I got a man, like, So, like, which one do you want? What reasoning system?
I'll go with that prompt, everything about the whole, just the first prompt in the TikTok.
Okay, cool.
So I do believe that the selective service, when you said that women should be allowed to be in the draft, I do believe they should. If men are in the draft, I believe women should be allowed to be in the draft also. But when you said that there's 80% of the women shouldn't be allowed to vote, what is your views? What's the other reason why you think they shouldn't be allowed to vote? Aside from the draft, because I agree they should be in the draft just as well as the men is in the draft.
Okay, wait, you actually believe that women should have to sign up for a selective service?
If men sign up for a selective service and it talks about, equal, then I mean, women should also be able to sign up for selective service too.
Okay. Do you believe that men and women are equal?
Men and women are not equal in strength. Men and women are not equal in a lot of different things. But when it comes to their opinion in a society where rules govern both men and women, I believe their opinions hold equal value.
Okay, so you're saying that their opinions hold equal value, but how does this correlate over to them fighting in the front lines and entering the draft if we're at war?
Well, when you ask me, do I believe men and women are
so
equal?
basically, I'm saying that you already admitted that men and women are not equal from a biological standpoint.
Correct.
Women are physically weaker than men, which means that they don't have generally they don't have the same physical capacity to protect the country like men do. So I'm asking you, why would you put a weaker vessel out there in the military in the front lines where, if anything, they'll be holding our military back? Because what our, competition likes to do, that's just at war times. Listen, everything is fair in love and war. And they say that because when it's war, and they'll go ahead and capture women troops, grape them, and send them back home pregnant. That happens all the time. Our opponents and the people that we're at war with will definitely utilize women. That's what they've did before in the past. This is why most of the world and how most of the societies, and since the beginning of time, women were not allowed in the military because they know that if they're captured, they're going to be raped. They even grape men. So they're definitely raping women. But the thing is, a man can't get pregnant. So they'll be getting pregnant by another man, by the enemy. So it doesn't make any logical sense why you'll allow a weaker vessel. Not only that, let's say if I get hurt, it's me. No, you in a war. Unless you got your woman right by you, your partner, and you get shot. You fall down. You think that woman military officer is going to be able to pull you and drag you to safety like a man can?
No.
Generally no. So she can't even protect you like your other male counterparts could protect you. So why would you think that women entering the draft would be a good thing if they don't even share the same physical capacity?
Okay, I'm going to answer that.
All right, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. I'm going to answer that. I don't want to jump to a question. So what you're saying is because men are physically stronger, that's why they are allowed to enter the draft, because they're physically capable to protect the country. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying that that's one of the duties that men can do that women can't do to the same level.
Gotcha. So one of the duties is because of their physical strength and everything, they can protect the country better on the front line.
like men can't have babies, but women can have babies. So
Gotcha.
that's a thing that men can't do that women can do. So I think that should be a duty for them and an obligation. And so, if we have an obligation for men to be in the military, then why isn't there an obligation for women to reproduce, our society?
Gotcha. So when you say a person is drafted, is the only job in the military the front lines? Because I never said that when they join the draft, they're going to be on the front lines. I just said they could be in the draft. So there are people in the military right now, because I've watched your podcast and you said, men
supportive roles. Yeah. Supportive roles
supportive role.
Fine with women being in supportive roles.
So yes, exactly. I've watched your podcast and, you say men duty is to protect, we're strength. There's a lot of men in supportive roles. So if we was to take all of those men out of the supportive roles, put them in a position to where they are using, like you said, their masculinity and their strength to do what our duty is to do, then yes, if women are drafted, then they can be in those supportive roles, like the cooks, the people who clean, and all the other roles that are supportive roles in the military. Instead of a man sitting back there using their strength to type on a computer like that. That's kind of pointless. Like right now.
Yeah. So once again, I'm fine with women being in supportive roles. So now you're just saying that you want women to enter the draft in supportive roles.
Yeah, the draft period, and they can be put in supportive roles. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Because
Yeah,
I
but
thought you said that women shouldn't be in a draft. I mean, shouldn't be allowed to vote, and then they shouldn't enter the draft. Period.
yeah, but even with that, there's a distinction with supportive roles and like front lines actually doing the heavy duty stuff, because one sex has to put their life on the line. The other sex doesn't actually have to put their life on the line. So this would still be, men are the ones that's expendable. They are the ones that we're sacrificing. Women, we're still not sacrificing them. So it still wouldn't be equal. So that's still not the same stake in the game. There's really no stake in the game. That wouldn't give, from my position, that wouldn't give them the right to vote, even if it was that case.
So you're saying because men risk losing their lives on the front line, that's why?
Front
then what about the
line,
men? What about the men in the supportive roles? Should they be allowed to vote?
the men that's even in supportive roles, if we need to move them in the front lines, we will, and we do all the time.
But what if they don't go to the front lines?
No, just the fact that it's possible for them to end up in the front line, then that means that they are still constricted. It's still like an obligation.
Okay, so
Yeah, but
now,
from
aside
your position, there's no obligation for women to be in the front lines, right? Or do you
No,
want
I'm-
women in the front lines?
I'm saying, like, I agree, like you said, they're not physically stronger, but
Okay, you agree. All right, fair enough.
I agree with that, like that they're not physically stronger. But I do believe that women should still be allowed to vote because we live in a
Because what?
society where the rules govern both men and women as a whole. So
The rules,
rules
these
of
rules,
the society
and
govern.
these rules, if someone breaks a rule, who's gonna put consequences on this rule that was broken? Is it gonna be a collection of men or a collection of women that uphold these rules?
Well, when you say it like that, if there's a judge and there was a rule broken like the law, it could be a female judge to uphold that. I know what you're saying, but I'm just playing semantics. But yes, men as a whole, overall enforce, are able to fight for women's rights. I heard your podcast on that. But that
Okay.
still doesn't negate the fact that
I am creating the miracle of miniaturization.
This is the top secret project you've been working on?
Oh no, Lindy.
So, this is my tiny little life now?
You will be restored to regular size. I am so close.
Are you really close?
Yeah!
Oh, sorry.
With Udemy, there's a world of possibility at your fingertips. With one click, you're in the leading online marketplace for learning and skills. Want to become an AI expert? This is learning from real-world experts around the globe. Want to awaken your artistic side? This is learning your way. Want to switch professions? Help your team reskill? This is Udemy, the power of possibilities.
In the game. So the thing is, currently right now, men are conscripted, for the military because of selective service. Women aren't. Women do not have to sign up for selective service. So automatically, men get some stake in the game. All right, go ahead, you can vote, right? Because they have some stake in the game. Women do not have that stake in the game. So I'm stating that, well, in order to have some stake in the game, own some property, you even owning a business, that would be, you got some stake in the game because you have employees, you're helping out the economy, things like that. But this would still stop a lot of women from voting because of that selective service part.
and like I said, the selective service part, I do.
Meaning that it would be more men voting than there are women voting because of selective service. And I think that that's totally fine, is because all of our rights, all of the people that uphold the rules and the regulations, it's men. The majority of the police force, over 90% men, over 90% men in the military. A right is just a construct of the mind. These rights need to be enforced. Men have the monopoly on force because men are physically superior than women from a biological perspective. So men are going to be the ones to enforce all of the rights that we have. So since it's the case that men are enforcing the rights, keeping us safe and protected, creating order in society, and also building and maintaining our current infrastructure with the lights, with the roads, with all of the construction work, majority men. Men are going to be the ones that's majority voting voters, but then it's going to be some women. Where'd you go? I guess the argument just refuted him, so he left. I don't know. I guess he had no comeback. I stated this position so many times, and he was watching. I seen him backstage watching. He was waiting. I didn't know this what he wanted to debate about, but he seen me debate so many other people. I stated the same position. I'm tired of repeating myself, basically. And he still didn't get it. All right. What's going on, Coco?
Hey, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you, Coco.
Let me stack some books to get my computer up. Also, by the way, on social media, I do host debates, so I'd be happy to debate you on also like religious topics as well. I love debate, and I typically do research on like Christianity, atheism, and all sorts of stuff on my platform on TikTok. I'm trying to host debates and debate people and stuff. So if you're interested.
Okay. All right. I got you. I do. I host debates, usually Tuesdays and Thursdays. We missed yesterday. That's why I'm hosting this debate on this Wednesday. But yeah, man, you're welcome to come up anytime and debate other topics. I go live Tuesdays and Thursdays at around between 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, I'm happy to have you up another time as well. But I already forgot because I debated a few debaters. What were we debating about before?
Okay, yeah.
It was gender roles. I think I remember, right? Gender roles.
Yeah, and you were saying that men basically purchase the most or like contribute the most to like purchases or commerce, basically. And I was wondering like where you were getting that statistic from, but I looked it up, and I'll share my screen. Or you were saying women partake in most of the commerce and stuff, but I looked it up. And you can see what it's saying on Google right there, right?
What do you mean?
Is it showing my screen?
No, it's not showing your screen. You want me to Google it?
Yeah, so I typed into Google what, I'll just read it. I typed into Google what sex holds the most consumer debt in America. And
Okay.
basically the overview gave me like 5 sources saying that men are going to hold more consumer debt in America, carrying higher average balances in almost all categories, including auto loans, mortgages, credit cards, while women are kind of going to carry more student debt by 2.7%. You said women would hold the majority of like commerce, but it's clearly saying, given these statistics and sources, that men do.
Okay, let's try to share your screen because that's just a lie. I'll type it in Google right now, actually.
Oh, yeah,
and I'll go ahead and bring it up.
Type in what
I got
sex
you.
holds the most consumer debt in
I
America.
got you. All right. So, yeah, it shows it right here. Women hold a disproportionate share of total consumer debt, specifically in student loans, where they hold roughly 65 to 66% of approximately 1.6 trillion U.S. total, while overall debt figures vary. Let me see another source here. That's one there. We got.
Could you possibly share your screen?
Yeah, I can share my screen of what I just read. Sure.
And I could probably provide you. I could probably send articles.
So yeah, this is just right from Google right here. Even if we're looking at credit card debt, approximately 60% of women carry credit card debt. If we're looking at borrowing stress, women are 25% more likely to report having unmanageable levels of debt compared to men. If we look at total debt holders, of consumer debt indicated, women constitute 51% of the indebted consumers, slightly higher than men at 49. So overall, the majority of who holds the most of consumer debt, it would be women in all of the categories that's listed. So.
Well, like I noticed what you typed into Google was, do 16-year-olds who work pay taxes? I typed into Google, what sex holds the most consumer debt, right? So
wait, what are you talking about?
Well, like, when I look on your screen, it's showing
I shared the wrong one. That was when I was Googling something else. My bad. Let me bring up this one. My bad. This one.
What percentage of the consumer debt do women hold? Oh, okay. I mean, like, okay.
Yeah, my bad, chat too. I shared the wrong one. So this one, I read it verbatim. So it says 65 to 66% of women. This is in student debt. We got we got credit card debt. Approximately 60% of women carry credit card debt. We got borrowing stress. It even shows that women are 25% more likely to report having unmanageable levels of debt compared to men. So, yeah, it's what's this? Do women drive 85% of consumer debt? I don't know what this is.
Okay, let me.
This says women influence 85% of global consumer spending, controlling 31.7 trillion in buying power. From homes to healthcare, vacations to cars, women make the decisions that move markets and businesses that listen and respond. Man, it's so here's actually the statistic, and let me get the link to it.
Well, that's from a Facebook article. It's a Facebook article. But
yeah, Facebook articles aren't really to anything important, but let's check it out. Maybe we can see what it's from.
But
Entrepreneurs Organization.
Let me try to also share my screen again. Let me know if you can see it.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't see anything.
I guess I'm having technical issues. Contact. Can you see it now or?
No.
Okay. Oh.
You're not hitting share. You do have the ability to share. If you don't hit share, it is invisible for me to then move it over to the screen.
Let's see.
Let me bring up Witkid, because I know he wanted to debate you as well on some of these topics.
Okay.
What's going on, Witkid?
What's up, man? How we doing tonight?
Pretty good, man.
I just had a few questions for him.
Actually, you know what I could do? I could probably show it on my phone.
It's not going to work.
Actually, never mind. Forget it. But yeah, whenever I type in, what sex holds the most consumer debt in America, yeah, it's giving me sources and citing like other stuff. But yeah, we can move on from that point, I guess.
And the reason that wasn't the main point, that was the reason why I brought up women holding consumer debt, because that was an example to drive a certain point home when we were speaking about gender roles. I was saying that women are more susceptible. Women just happen to be more susceptible to outside influences than men are from external influences. And the advertisers know about this because the things that they advertise towards is mainly towards women, because women are more likely to buy because they're more susceptible. That's the reason why they're more likely to buy. So that was the reason why we were speaking about this. But go ahead, Witkid. You had a question for him.
Yeah, I want to go back to the military conversation that you were having before. So do you believe that men and women are equal?
So I think on average, men are going to be like stronger than women. But I also think like on average, women are performing better than men in regards to intellect. I have articles I can read from. Recently, we see an increase in women outperforming men, and they're going to account for 58.5% of bachelor degree graduates, while men are declining in enrolling for college and declining to finish college.
So real quick, can you repeat back my question real quick before you keep monologuing?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm just giving you statistics. Do you want to?
You're giving me statistics that have nothing to do with my question. So what I would like you to do is stay on topic and answer the question that I asked you.
Well, yeah. So you asked me like, do I think men are equal to women?
Correct.
Okay.
And we're talking about in military. My original point was we were speaking about the military. So
Okay.
off of this topic of the military, are men and women equal? Let's start with my question I asked you and pay attention, please.
Okay, yeah. So what's going to be, well, I was paying attention, but what's going to be your parameters for equal, right? I was describing how men
In the
on
military, are
average-
we equal? So let's think about this. In the military, in order to qualify for the military, you have to pass a certain standard. If women are lowered standards than the men's standards, how could they be equal?
Yeah, so what I would argue is that on average, men are going to be stronger than women. So when it comes to physical things, men are going to excel. But when it comes to like education or like intellectual things, clearly based off of the statistics, based off of Pew Research Center, women are going to be graduating from colleges at a higher rate, while men are going to be declining to apply to college and declining to graduate from college. So intellectually, women might be superior in that regard.
So in the military, when it comes to combat and you're fighting against somebody else, you're going to take that smart person over the strong person is what you're telling me?
And if
That you
we're-
should have someone who's really smart and can be like, you know what? I know more than you compared to the guy who can physically abuse and beat and destroy a woman to beyond anything they could ever imagine. Is you're saying is what you would like to have happen?
Well, yeah, if you have like a general, regardless of like
Listen, right now in Ukraine, where are all the women? Gone. Where are the men fighting in trenches, hand-to-hand combat? This is what happens in war. You
Well,
don't
yeah,
realize. You think that these smart,
understand
intelligent
that.
people are going to run the war? It's not going to happen. War at the end of the day comes down to force.
Okay, yeah.
No matter what.
So let me elaborate, right? Like, I understand what you're saying. Men have physical force and they're going to be able to work physical roles. But I think, like, if you're in the military and you're on the battlefield and you have, like, a general, regardless of gender, right? If they are intellectually smart and they have a good battle plan or a strategy that's going to win the war, yeah, I'd probably rely on the intellectual person in that regard rather than just brute strength. Because, I mean, don't you think that wars are won not only with, like, brute strength and, I mean, also brute strength doesn't really even matter because, like, you have, like, weapons and guns and stuff. What's going
You
to matter
take
is
strength to run weapons. Do you know that women can't even carry the amount of ammo men can? Do you know what it takes? Most women can't even load a regular handgun without it already being loaded to them.
Well, I mean, like, I would need the statistics on that, but like, also, I mean, I can grant that for the conversation.
Statistics?
But also,
Real quick. To this woman in the chat, if you want to come on up and debate, you could come on up and debate. Just
bring
click
them
the
up, please.
first,
The
click
more
the
the
first
merrier.
link. Yeah, click the first link that's pinned in the YouTube comments. Anyone that disagrees, it's open debate now. I'm bringing multiple people up. So if you agree with me, you can come up and debate other people that disagree with me. If you disagree with me, you can come up and debate me and other people that that you would disagree with that as well. So yeah, come on up, click the first link, and I'm sorry, go at it. Coco, you was elaborating on a position on your point. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I grant that men are going to be stronger, and I'm willing to grant that like maybe women aren't able to carry like all of the guns that the military might have. So when it comes to heavier like rifles and stuff or snipers, the women won't be able to carry it. So we're probably going to have more male snipers or male operators operating heavier guns, right? But wars aren't won on the basis of just like brute strength alone. We also have people who are planning strategies, what territories to go for, where to hide, where to shoot, what to do, right? And so I think like in a war, I'm not only going to rely on the bulkiest guy, right, who has been working out. I'm probably going to rely on the person, regardless of gender, who has the best battle strategy or battle IQ. So I think intellect would probably, to be honest, I would rather have a weak person with high battle IQ telling me what to do than a really strong person who doesn't know what he's doing and like everyone's walking into landmines, right?
Okay, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Let's go with the UFC as an example for that exact excuse you just made. You ever get into a fight and have a strategy? Well, okay, I heard that as an excuse, but not really an argument. Because if you go into a fight, you have a strategy, you have a plan, you're smart. Guess what happens in a fight? All that goes out the window. When you have bullets being shot by you, when you have a dude punching you in the face, your strategy goes out the window. Have you ever been punched in the face? Let's start with that.
I've been slapped and hit by things, but not like directly punched.
Did you have a strategy to like move and duck out of the way as they're beating you up, but for some reason you keep getting pounded in the face? I feel like that's happened.
Oh yeah, like I've been hit before. Yeah.
Okay, so how did your strategy work out for you there? Or did the brute strength kind of force over you?
Okay, yeah. So like, so there's a difference here, right? So like in the UFC, it's going to be hand-to-hand combat, close quarters.
So is the fucking war with guns and shooting hand-to-hand.
Wait, let me finish. So like, I get what you're saying, right? Like in the UFC, it's going to be close, and I also get that in the military, you're going to have some situations of close hand-to-hand combat, but a majority of like the military, a majority of the stuff is going to be like whether it's you have like planes flying over bombing stuff, you have different technology flying over bombing stuff. I'm blanking on the word. There's going to be battle strategy in regards to
guess what? Okay, so you start with those bombing stuff, and then guess what? Men run in to finish the job. At the end of the day, it comes down to hand-to-hand combat. You have the bombs, you have the people, you have the setup, and all that does is set up the situation for the men to go in hand-to-hand combat and take over a situation. You will never take over a country unless you have boots on the ground, period.
Yeah, but like...
Yeah, real quick. This chick that's in the comments, real quick, I got you. Hold your thought, Coco. Don't be in the comments, right? We see you agree with Coco. That's good. You got Coco. You got a supporter in here. I want you, woman, to come on up. Click the link that's pinned in the comments. I know you see the link. Come on up and help Coco in the debate. You can't help him in the comments. There's nothing you can do in the comments to help him. It's open panel debate night. Come on up and let's give Coco some help. The comment thing ain't helping anything.
Yeah, but let me clarify like really quick. So
go ahead. Yeah.
When it comes to the UFC like cage fights, right? A majority of that is going to be close quarters, hand-to-hand combat. When it comes to the military, you're using drones, you're using landmines, grenades, weapons, and like I'm not saying that there isn't close combat, but a majority of what you're gonna do is gonna be from a range. Snipers, droids, all sorts of different stuff like that, right?
Okay. Listen again real quick. Listen again real quick, because but what you're saying is irrelevant. What you're saying is irrelevant because listen, no. Because listen to me. I'm not gonna let you finish this because real quick, you don't understand. What you're saying, all it does is look, but your sentence is it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna tell you why. Because all you're doing is talking about things that set up and lead up to the event of people going hand to hand. At the end of the day, it comes down to hand to hand. So what you're saying about you could have it's an analogy. Do you know how to compare things? How to be like, okay, well, if you use that logic, who said it was a 1-to-1? It's just talking about applying your logic.
Wicked, your mic is overpowering his. So go ahead and explain to him how his point doesn't mean anything, and then we're gonna give it back to Coco so then he can go ahead and do what he does.
It's very simple. I'm not negating your point that there are bombs and there are drones and there are this and that and there are people who do that. That's not my point. The point is that those bombs and those drones, all they're doing is setting up for people to go in hand to hand. And that is what the military is all about at the end of the day, is hand-to-hand combat. So women, therefore, since they cannot be in the hand-to-hand combat, should not be in the military. They are not equal in the military because at the end of the day, if you didn't have the drones, if you didn't have all this technology, it comes down to hand-to-hand combat.
Okay, so my response to that is going to be like your initial question was, who would I rather listen to in the military, right? And so my answer to that is when I look at the statistics.
No, not listen to. Not listen to.
So, wait.
I said no. You're not. You're strawmanning my position. You're not strawmanning it. You said who I said. I said who you should listen. Who you should listen. Not that you shouldn't listen to, or who you should listen to. It comes down to force at the end of the day. You're going to listen to. You're going to have force. It's the strongest person. You're not equal to a woman when it comes to the military.
Okay, so your question was like, who should I listen to, like in the military?
No. How about this? Look, how about this, right?
He's just not
who's going to who has the highest probability to be able to protect you in the military? Is it going to be a woman or is it going to be a man? Not who should you listen to. The listening to aspect. You know, you guys already spoke about that, and I believe that Kid had the better arguments for that. But a greater question would be, because the military is there to protect us, keep the country safe.
Yeah.
Which sex has the highest probability to do that?
Okay.
A group of women or a group of men?
Okay, and then I'm gonna answer that, and then could I also like elaborate on maybe something previously? But
Sure, go
I would
ahead.
say sure, like men on average are gonna produce more testosterone and be stronger than women, right? So like if I'm in the trenches, let's say I tripped, and then like I've got a soldier hovering over me, who do I want to like protect me? In that close hand-to-hand thing, I'm hoping that like a strong man will come protect me. Now, I'm not opposed to like a woman that looks like Ronda Rousey coming to protect me. I mean, like that'd be awesome too. But it's majority men that are going to be physically capable to be able.
Yeah,
to,
but
like,
she's also getting beat up by most men.
Ronda
Bro, she's like
Rousey?
5'4", 5'6", 150 pounds. If you train for, let's say, how tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
You would be able to beat up Ronda Rousey now.
Oh no, like
If it's no, listen, I'll tell you this. If it's a life or death situation, you have the capacity, the physical capacity to strangle her out with your bare hands. She doesn't have that capacity.
Oh no, Ronda Rousey
Well,
is like
there's
a trained
exceptions to the
UFC
rule.
fighter, and like I'm a toothpick.
There are not, even if there's exceptions to the rule, unless you're not on like testosterone, depressors, like things to take away the man in you, then you'll probably be able to get her out of there. And it's with 6 months of training, you'll be able to do it.
Yeah, probably with some training, but yeah, like from the
But only
get-go-
6 months, and she's been training her whole life. You'll be able to take her down.
I mean, probably with some training, but Ronda Rousey is like pretty like muscular and lean, and then like I'm just like
Bro, 6 months, 6 months, one of your punches. Once you know how to throw a strong jab, you 6'2". How much you weigh?
I weigh like I haven't measured myself in a long time, but probably like 165 pounds.
Okay, so you fairly thin. Yeah, bro, you'll still be able to take her down. So this just shows the physical difference between men and women. That's why I wanted to bring that up. But the question is, again, you just agreed that men would have a higher probability of, saving and keeping us safe, saving the country and keeping us safe. Then if it's the case, if you know that men are physically superior, what's the other aspects that you're utilizing on why women should be in the military, or why it should be like equal and they should have that choice? Because the debate was about gender roles.
Yeah. So like, I would argue that like women should break out of gender roles, because like it serves as a benefit. And like in regards to like the military, yeah, men are going to be physically stronger, but wars are not just won on like physical strength; they're also won on technicality. And so that's why you have certain generals coming up with like war strategies and telling people where to go. And of course, we use technology for certain things. Now, given that, I thought his question was, who would you rather follow in a war or listen to, or who should you listen to? And I said that I would rather listen to somebody who is physically weak, regardless of gender or sex, who has a high battle IQ in the middle of a war, than to have somebody who's super strong but has zero, battle IQ, and then he's telling us to walk into landmines, right? And statistically, yes, men are going to be physically stronger, but statistically, women are graduating in colleges more. They tend to be more intellectual, while men are declining in graduating in college. Wait, this is
intellect. You're conflating intellect with education. Just because women are graduating at higher rates, this does not mean that they have higher intellect than men.
Well, like it shows that they're more capable of doing like academic work, right, and succeeding in academic work.
But the academic work does not correlate to being skilled and having the intellect to protect someone. You know why it doesn't is because men have, from a biological perspective, women are higher in estrogen, so they feel more emotions, and they're higher in trait neuroticism, so they feel more negative emotions per unit of situation. So if you're in war and times are hard, they're more likely to feel scared, to be overwhelmed, to be worried, and to lack the confidence it takes to actually be insightful to lead an army. You get what I'm saying? So women don't have the mental capacity at all in regards to military capabilities also.
I would probably have to like look more into that and like definitely do some research on the chemicals that go through.
Okay, here I'll
brains.
give you an example of what
Go
Cooley
ahead,
just said. Give you an example of what Cooley just said.
Yeah.
You're going out at night. You have a group of girls walking down the sidewalk. There's a group of guys walking towards them. Do they walk towards those guys, or do they cross the street?
Yeah, women are going to cross the street because there's a physical.
So what do you think a woman's going to do when bullets are flying at them?
I mean,
Run.
It really depends because like that.
Are
that's
you
what
kidding me? Dude, think about this really quick. Think about this. If women see a group of men and walk the other way because they're afraid of them, they're not going to run if bullets are flying at them.
Well, yeah. So like the job of the military is to train you for those situations. So most of the women in the military, they
Yeah,
know
no,
what
but
it
it's
is,
different.
and they
Like,
shot guns, and they're
let
gonna
me
be
let me help you out,
careful.
Coco. I got what you're saying. You're saying the military, they're going to train women, but it's different from a men have a natural proclivity, a tendency to move towards things that are honorable, meaning that like we'll do things straight off the honor of it. Like the reason why I want to beat you, like the reason why, you know, all of the streamers be like, bro, I'm faster than you. Ain't nobody faster than me. It's because of honor. Like, nigga, it's honoring me saying that I'm faster than you just because I'm faster than you. I get honor out of that. Women don't get that same honor by saying, well, I can do like this. No, they get no honor out of that. Women get honor out of the guy that they marry. That's what they compare. They compare children and marriage out of that. They don't really get any honor out of the small activity things that men do. Like, I get honor out of sacrificing my life.
Well, wait, to address that point, you don't think that women who are in the Olympics who compete and get the gold medal, or women who basically were responsible for some of our greatest inventions, like
no, they'll get, you know what? They'll get more honor out of having children.
No way. So when it comes
no, they
to
would. They'll get more honor out of having children.
Okay.
And
Let's
a
try it like
masculine
this.
man by their side.
Let's try it like this. When you see an emergency happening, who's running towards the emergency to fix the problem?
I mean,
is it a group of women or a group of men?
It's a man because he wants to get honor out of that. Nigga, I done saved three people out of a burning building.
Men's natural proclivity is to protect and serve. That's what we do as men.
Yeah.
Women's nature is to be nurturers. That is their nature.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think like well, I guess I would have.
So when a problem is happening, so you have to look really.
Yeah,
you have to look into that.
Yeah, because there are outliers. There are households, right?
We know,
where
Coco, real quick.
And the woman and the man grab a piece.
Coco, we know that we know that there's a She-Hulk out there that may be like, you know what? I want to be honorable for sacrificing my life. We know that there's some women out there like that. But we're saying the majority of women do not have a natural proclivity to do that. That woman will be an outlier.
Hey, if you didn't have breakfast yesterday, how would you feel?
If I'm like hungry, I probably feel like angry or like tired.
Okay, so you can understand a hypothetical question. So why can't you even think about the reasoning when you're literally agreeing with what I'm saying with you, and then 2 seconds later you're like, well, I would have to go look it up.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you're making like general claims about like a sex, so I have to look at statistics and look at the
general claims. Okay, have you ever been driving down the street and you see a car accident?
Yeah.
Who's going to save the person? Have you ever seen a car accident happen? You ever seen like something disaster? Who's there?
Yeah, I mean, like
who's on the sidewalk? Who's on the sidewalk? Who's helping the people?
Let him answer it.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
I mean, it really depends because we have male and female firefighters, and they're going to be attending to it, and you never know. I mean, like women and men are probably going to go and try to help. I've seen women pull people out of cars for sure. So I think like
Coco, why are you lying to us?
No, I'm not even lying. No, women are literally
Coco,
helping
wait,
people in
you
car
seen a woman pull someone out of a car, Coco?
Yeah, women do help people out of car accidents.
No, I know that they can do that, but you've seen it with your own eyes, like in real life.
I've seen videos on YouTube of a car accident happening, and the men and women will rush.
Oh,
up
you mean
to
like it was AI?
Well,
Yeah,
no,
I've seen
no,
those too.
No, not even AI. There are people who film car crashes that happen, and the men and women are both concerned, and men and women will both rush up to the car accident and try to help or do something.
Yeah, but women they go up to the car and they're like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" The man goes up to the car like, "Nigga, freak asking if you okay." Obviously they not. Get him out the car. You go. It's a difference, bro.
It depends from situation to situation.
I get you, Coco. My position is basically, men and women they have they share different natural proclivities. Men have a natural proclivity, a tendency to, put himself in a dangerous situation to save someone because he gets honor out of that. Women don't really get honor out of saving someone. They honor what? Like, wow, honor what? Like what? They're more about themselves. They're more about the nurturing aspect. They'll maybe feel good if they like go up to someone and they know that the family member died and they'll say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. This and this. I've been through that as well." They'll feel some type of feeling there that they'll get. It is an honor, but they'll feel something that would make them feel good out of the nurturing aspect. Men, we feel good out of the protecting aspect because that's what our biology moves us towards.
I mean, we could.
So it's just a biological level argument when it comes to gender roles. I think that we should adhere to gender roles. And majority of men should be in the military. I'm fine with women being in supportive roles. Even the police force, I'm fine with women being in supportive roles, pushing some paperwork, doing some stuff like that. Maybe even holding up directing traffic. I don't know. I don't even know about directing traffic. They may not even be good with that. Have the men still direct the traffic. They'll probably cause more car accidents because women don't have the same spatial awareness as men. So they're like, their ability to see it's just different, bro. We're different, man.
Well, yeah. Well, whenever you say like women don't have like the same spatial ability, like what scientific article are you reading to get that information? Like, how are you
the front bumper? The front bumper of every. It's the front bumper of every woman's car. That's how you know.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, sure.
The front bumper.
Based on insurance statistics.
Or how about this? How about this? Check. You know what? Even better. Right now, I want you to find a woman's rims on her car that are not scratched.
Well, I mean, like that's like a.
That's like, facial recognition. That's facial recognition.
That's
facial recognition.
That's
facial recognition. Prove me wrong.
Okay,
I can prove myself right by literally going and taking a picture of every woman's car, and you will see scratches on the rims.
Google, bro.
Wait,
I'll find you an article.
Let me look for an article.
I'll bring it up. Continue to debate them. I'll bring it up for you. I'm modding it anyway. I'm doing kind of both.
Okay, but I would say, but yeah, like I guess we could like I have to look more into it, but I guess like
go look at the rims of your mom's car.
Well, hold on. Well, my mom's a good driver. But
I bet you got. Listen, I will bet you $100 right now that her rims are scratched. I will bet you $100 right now.
Well, we have cars in the family that my mom and dad use, right? So the rims are scratched.
Okay, then both of them are scratched.
Mom, also because of like my dad or maybe me or my siblings. So.
Oh no, they're definitely you and your mom. 100%.
I'm a good driver. I'm a pretty good driver. But anyway, like
you don't sound too confident on that.
So here you go, right here. Look, it says that on average, men tend to perform better in tasks involving mental rotation and spatial navigation, such as imagining 3D shapes or navigating large spaces. However, women often outperform men in tasks involving memory.
Okay.
Yeah,
there's articles there. Yeah, that's fair.
It's many articles here.
What was I going to say? I I forgot what. Okay, so on the previous thing, I probably have to like look into it. We could probably like agree to disagree. I think that men who are women who are running in the Olympics or doing Olympic sports or women who serve the country, I think a lot of them would have honor in what they're doing and like, hey, I want to stand alongside the men and I also want to contribute and there's honor there. But that would be my position. But I could look into it more.
So,
Especially
so
like let me list out some examples. Right, there are famous like female inventors. This was going to be my argument against gender roles, right? There are famous like female inventors who have contributed to lots of things in society, and I think they feel honor
Name one.
doing that.
And what they did.
Okay,
well,
yeah.
did you,
Yeah.
did you also know that, like,
you're just stating that this
do
woman
you also know
inventor,
that
she
there
feels
are-
honor in doing it.
Yeah,
there are
I think
really,
there's honor
really-
in like contributing to society or helping the
Yeah,
overall
I'm not
movement of
saying that women do not feel honor in certain things. I was just talking about like sacrificing your life. Like that's an honorable thing for a man. Like men normally get honor out of that. Like, you know what? This is why they say women and children off the boat first. Because it's like, you know, let them go on a lifeboat first. I'll figure it out.
Cooley, do you mind if I say one thing? Right
Sure. Go. Oh yeah, Darnell, you in here? Yeah, go ahead, man.
So the thing is Coco, I've been to Iraq. It is a very tough, bad place. Most guys can't even get through the stress. It is hell. Like, man, I seen an Iraqi. He looks like he had rabies. This to look the enemy in the eye will scare you. You do not want women in this situation where there are a liability and you have to protect them. You want the person next to you to protect you. And living in a hell situation, you want women at home. And that's just
they'd just be complaining. It's too hot. I'm
My
cold.
nigga,
I'm
my
hungry.
nigga, my nigga Darnell said over in Iraq they got zombies.
No, listen, no, he's not lying.
He said,
I
"Nigga,
have a
look."
bunch of military friends that were in Iraq, and the things that they do to us over there, you don't even want to know.
It's bad.
It's more than inhumane.
You have guys coming back killing themselves because of everything. These women will. You do not want them raising your children if they see combat. Like combat it's not theoretical. It's a fact. And
Yeah. Also, by the way, thank you for your service.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. It's no joke. The
Yeah,
stories
man,
I hear
appreciate the
from
service,
my friends
man.
of what they do to us over there are no way women would be able to see it.
Yeah, military's rough.
Guys cry. I've seen guys cry when they saw guys get shot, and then me as the medic, I had to fix them. They cry just so I can help them. Doc, please save them. Like even with the minimal standards, guys can't make it. So if you reduce the standard even more, like you're gonna have a weak force though.
Mhm.
This is no game. I mean,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Oh no, you're totally cool. But yeah, I guess like okay, yeah, like I can grant that. Yeah, the military is rough. I have heard stories. I have a friend who lives in my neighborhood, or used to, who served in the military. I was considering joining the military because, you know, like I'm currently looking for a job and I'm like broke and stuff, and like I didn't really finish college, so military, why not, right? But yeah, like I've heard stories. It's rough in there. It's not an easy thing to do, and so I appreciate your service. But
it's so many perks though, man. I went to school. They paid for everything. You should really go. You should go.
well, who knows? We'll see. But with my previous point,
Probably good for you.
It might be, yeah.
You up.
But yeah, and yeah. But in regards to my previous point, there's like several like notable female inventors, right? Like Hedy Lamarr. She lived from 1914 to the 2000s. She developed the frequency hopping spread spectrum technology during World War II, which serves as the foundation for modern Wi-Fi, GPSs, and Bluetooth. You have Stephanie Kwolek, who invented Kevlar, a lightweight, ultra-strong fiber used in body armor, tires, and suspension bridges. You have Ada Lovelace, recognized as the first computer programmer for developing an algorithm meant for Charles Babbage's analytical engine. And I have like 7 other like female inventors that invented things that are key to our society, right? And so whenever you say like gender roles, I think like women shouldn't be constrained to like taking care of children or being teachers, but I think women should also be scientists, programmers, computer scientists, inventors, and all sorts of things that are
So
traditional in
real
male
quick,
roles.
you're smuggling words in there real quick. You're smuggling the word constrained. Okay,
Yeah,
nobody ever said the
also,
word constrained, so
yeah,
you can't smuggle
also,
words in there.
also some of these inventors, I was just like looking them up as you was listing them. Like in regards to Hedy Lamarr, she didn't invent Wi-Fi itself. She didn't invent that. What she did was, she co-invented the frequency hopping spread spectrum technology. That's what she invented. But Wi-Fi itself, she did not invent. A man actually invented that. She just came up. She was a co-inventor of a frequency. So, and who was the other inventor? A man. So she was just co-inventor of something that a man invented.
Yeah. So like I wasn't saying she invented Wi-Fi, but yeah, she did help develop the frequency, right? That would
Yeah,
serve as the foundation for modern Wi-Fi GPS.
as I read more, it's exactly what you said. It's helping it. So it's kind of like if I got a company, right, and I got employees that work for me, like they didn't invent No Fugazi podcast. They helped me with it, but like, nigga, this is mine. So like the credit that she's getting is too much credit. She was an employee, bro.
Well, yeah, but I think, don't you think women should be able to contribute to those roles and help with like
No,
innovation?
but it's like I should say my assistant should get like some credit for No Fugazi. Like, no? I freaking pay my assistant. You get what I'm saying? It's just stupid to say that this. And even when I looked into the other ones, let me get the who is the other name you gave me?
Stephanie Kolek.
If you wrote a book and I
Stephanie,
told
you
you
said
that
Kolek.
paragraph sounded,
Watch this.
If you wrote a book and I told you that one paragraph sounded better if you reverse the paragraphs, it sounds better. Should I be a co-author of that book?
No, it depends on how much work you do. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you.
Your book. You wrote the book. You invented the book. You invented everything about the book, the idea, the words, and everything. I was just like helping you out. Like, hey, this sentence sounds better. I was like your spell checker.
Yeah, but
so I should be the co-author.
Well, yeah. So like I would say like it depends on like how much work you're doing in regards to this female.
What do you mean? I'm the co-author. That's a lot of work. That's making sure I'm the spell checker. I make sure your words are spelled correctly, your grammar. I mean, that's a pretty big part of having a book.
Well, yeah,
right?
but like that's like you're the editor, right? Like if the woman helped you write like a single chapter in the book, she probably should be credited as like a co-author to some extent. Don't you think? Like if you have a book with 12 chapters and a woman helped you write 3, right? She didn't write the entire book. You're the main author, but I think she should be credited as co-author.
She helped write the chapter, or she wrote the chapter. See, there's two different things there.
I mean, okay, so let's say that she helped write the chapter. Like she helped you with like research and like corrected a couple paragraphs or gave you suggestions for paragraphs. She didn't really work as an editor, but she did help with some of the ideas that went into 3 chapters and maybe even some of the wording. I think maybe she should be credited as a co-author.
Okay, well, that would go about the same thing as me as being the spell checker. I helped you make sure your words were correct. I told you your sentences were wrong. You had run-on sentences. You didn't have proper grammar. You didn't have proper punctuation. I fixed your whole entire word sentence.
Yeah, but if you also, but not only did you
made
help
it
with those
cohesive.
things, but not only did you help with those things, if you also contributed like ideas or research and maybe even some of the art.
Yeah, I gave you the idea of, hey, you should probably spell this correctly.
Yeah, then
so
like,
people can understand and you can actually be understood by what people are saying.
Yeah, then I think maybe you should be credited as a co-author. I don't see.
But I'm just a spell checker. That's all I am. Is just an editor. That's what you said before. I'm just an editor. I shouldn't get any.
Wait, no.
So which one is it?
Wait, no, hold on. So like with an editor, right? You send your literature to an editor, and all they do is spell check, edit for grammar. That's all they do. If somebody is helping you with research,
That's what I just said.
Wait, hold on.
And you just said I should be.
No.
I literally just said that word for word. I can rewind the tape for you.
No, it's more than that. If you have a woman who's spell checking everything, checking for grammar, and then she's also doing research alongside you, and then handing research off to you, she's also writing a couple paragraphs in that section of the book. then I think that maybe she should also be attributed as a co-author. So they're not only being an editor, but they're also contributing to the content of the book in regards to research or adding in their own words into it, or contribute. It depends on how much you contribute. That's going to dictate whether you get attributed as a co-author. And if you're contributing more than an editor, then you should probably be a co-author.
Hey, we got a question for you. Shouts out to, I don't even know how to, Casual Germ sends me in $5. He says, Coco,
Dude, it's
pick
Cajun.
one. He says, Coco, pick one. John Wick or Laura Croft?
Like, if I'm gonna be honest, I think
You got to do some research. We know.
Wait, no. Well, okay. Well, wait, hold on. Because I run a platform where I host debates, and a lot of my work is doing research, looking into articles, citing information, so like I can justify like my arguments. But I would personally pick John Wick because I think John Wick is going to be the better fighter all around than Laura Croft. Laura Croft is like, she's just somebody who like does research into caves and stuff. She's like a treasure hunter, basically. I think John Wick overall would probably be the best protector. But let's say that we had male John Wick and female John Wick. It could go either way, right? Like maybe the woman is like more qualified than the man. So.
Wait, no, but the male John Wick versus the female John Wick, the male John Wick, they would share everything but the physical capacity. Yeah. And also the mental fortitude to deal with stress while under the physical capacity.
Actually, really quick, speaking of that, have you guys seen the newest John Wick movie with the female main character, right?
No, I seen it come up on Amazon or Netflix,
yeah.
And I hit ban and I reported it.
But like there's actually scenes in the movie where the female is actually going hand to hand with John Wick, and John Wick's having trouble. She's actually handling it.
Because it's a
why
movie,
it's called a
Coco.
movie.
Well, I mean, yeah, fair. Yeah, that's fair. You're right. But,
You probably want. I bet you want a female James Bond too, don't you?
In regards,
You had to think about that too long. Stop. Just stop.
We know,
You thought about that way too long. No, you thought about that way too long. That's an easy answer.
Coco,
No.
do you want a female Dragon Ball? Do you want a female Goku? Do you want Pan to be stronger than Gotenks?
It wouldn't really matter to me.
Okay, fair enough.
But hold on. So really quick, like when it comes to stories that we see in movies or like anime or manga, I'm a huge fan of anime and manga. Like I love Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, and like other things, right? I think the most important thing is making authentic stories, good stories. I think the gender shouldn't be like a big focus. It's just who fits the role best and making good stories, entertaining stories for the audience to watch. So like if there's a story, there's a male there's a male James Bond. I think that works, and I don't think we need to like force a female James Bond into that role. I think we should just keep him male. And like, you know, we have black characters and white characters. I don't think we need to reverse races. Right, but if it is done, I don't think it's a bad thing. I'd even still watch it. But I think like let's just make good African American stories, good white stories, good male stories, and good female stories. I think that's the most important part.
Yeah, I think like one of the best female stories would be like, say if it was a movie, right, and it started off, it was like doo-doo-doom, and all you seen was hands, and it was womanly hands. Like everyone wants to see a woman's hand because they got a soft touch. And then like you seen it moving towards what it looked like a countertop, a stove, and like, oh, it's a kitchen filled with all of this food. And there's all of these women cooking and baking and making stuff. That would be a great movie. Women in a kitchen.
Well, I mean,
that's the role that I want to see. They should make more women chefs. So like when Superman is flying around saving people's lives, he stop at old Debbie crib and get him some cake.
Well, I mean, like,
that's a good Debbie's cake.
Well, me personally, like, I enjoyed the Wonder Woman movie. I bet you did. The Barbie movie was like okay. It wasn't really the best movie. And
you really went and saw that?
Yeah. And
wait, what did you go see? Wait, what movie?
Barbie. Yeah, you heard that right, Gooley.
Barbie movie, but like I watched it on.
Wait, say that one more time again, real loud.
Well, yeah, like I watched the Barbie movie. I don't see an issue with that.
And you liked
Somebody
it,
clip
though.
that for me, please. Thank you.
You enjoyed it.
Hold on, wait. What's
Wait,
wrong with
did
that?
Somebody clip that, please.
Coco,
Thank
did you enjoy it?
I don't think it was the best movie I've ever seen in my life, but it wasn't
Tim.
like awful.
But did you
Tim,
enjoy it?
You know what you need to do, Tim.
It was
You got to
okay.
clip that. We need to react to this.
Hold on, wait, really quick. Like, what's the problem with men watching female media? Like, what's the issue with that?
No, we're talking about Barbie specifically.
Yeah, Barbie specifically.
I don't think there's anything wrong with me. Like if I'm bored on a Friday and I'm like, I don't have any movies to watch, let me check
No,
out
but
Barbie. And see
but did you enjoy Barbie?
I think it was okay. I didn't have like a great experience with Barbie, but like I thought it was.
So
okay.
1 out of 10.
Probably like a 3 out of 10.
Okay, so then, but would you recommend it?
No, I probably wouldn't recommend it.
Would you watch it again if you're just sitting on TV, had nothing to do, and it came on?
Yeah, like you know,
if I was bored,
bored,
I'd probably watch Barbie.
You watch?
Like, what's the issue? I don't see the issue. If I'm bored, if I'm bored, and because I mean, check it out. Like, if I was bored,
no, we're not checking nothing out, bro. We already checked it out.
Because if I was bored, yeah, like I could watch like anything. I could watch Nick Jr. or Cartoon Network or like so many different things if I'm bored. Yeah, like I'd watch Barbie. Maybe like watch Barbie while I'm scrolling through my emails or like, like doing other. I don't see like me personally. I don't see any shame in me watching like female media. Like I can watch male media and female media. I loved Wonder Woman. I loved. There was this movie about black women inventors. I forgot what it's called, but it had like.
Did you like Woman King?
I did not watch that one.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised.
But there's this movie about there's this movie that's actually
the chat want to know if you gay.
No, I'm straight, but also like I don't see any shame in being gay.
So you don't have like any homosexual thoughts?
You do have pronouns in your profile. That's a little gay.
I don't think pronouns are gay. We use pronouns in all our sentences when we say I, he, him, she.
Yeah, but not when you're referring to yourself. You know.
Well, real quick, do you have any homosexual thoughts?
I've questioned my sexuality growing up, but I've always been into women.
And okay, so you questioned it. What you mean you questioned it? So
like,
he was like, "Oh, this nigga kind of look good."
No. So the question is like, I mean, growing up, we're all trying to figure out like our identities, right? And the questions come.
Nah, we not. What you...
Well, yeah,
Listen.
Yeah. So people.
Listen.
Wait, hold on. People,
Go,
I have
you
a three.
bugging.
I have a 3-year-old that chases after women like it's nothing. Trust me, it ain't.
Hey yo.
Wait, hold on. So really quick, like growing up, a lot of people are experimenting, trying new things, especially in like college, and they're trying to figure out like what they high school.
What was his name?
They're trying to figure out like what is their identity, right? And so there have been times where like a question has crossed my mind, and I'm like, could I be gay? Am I gay? And like, no, I've always been attracted to women and femininity.
Oh, okay, so you never had you never had an attraction for men.
Yeah,
It was Jerome, wasn't it?
Okay. Really. You said not really?
No, I mean like
it was Jerome.
I mean,
what was it?
Yeah, like I'm attracted to like femininity. I mean, like
Gay men are feminine.
Recently, I've
Yeah, like a transgender, like a man cross dressing, he could like act like he's acting feminine. Would you be attracted to that?
I've recently had thoughts about that, and I don't really think I'd have a problem with dating a trans woman.
He got a penis.
That's a man. That's not. It's a man.
I think I'd probably be into post-op trans women.
It's still a man.
I mean, like I wouldn't see the issue in dating a post-op trans woman.
It's a man.
Post-op.
Post-op.
Pre-op, post-op, it's still a man.
Yeah, post or pre-op is still a man.
Well, I mean, like I'm not the most qualified to debate about like gender studies issues, but I do know people on TikTok.
No, this is biological. This isn't gender studies. This is called biology.
Well, yeah. So there are people on TikTok who like study like sex and gender.
Gender is just a construct of the mind.
Well,
it's it's when they dig you up 50 years from now and they look at your bones, they can tell whether you're a male or a female. Doesn't matter what you think you are.
Well, yeah. So
Yeah.
so I would argue that. Well, you guys are going to disagree with me. I take more of a liberal approach to it, right? But sex is going to be in reference to your gender it's going to be in reference to your chromosomes and your biology, while gender, in new studies and new papers that have come out, is going to be like a social construct, right? That's going to map onto how your brain is portraying how you feel. So that's why we have men, women, and many different
Do you know?
coming out. So I would just
Do you know
separate.
what liberal stands for? Do you know what liberal stands for? Lacks in basic, what is it? LIB.
Common
Lacks
sense.
in lacks in basic education, reason, and logic. That's
Oh.
what liberal is.
Well, I mean, according to you, I mean, I've seen really good liberal debaters beat MAGA supporters and